You are 36. You are a senior product manager at Microsoft. Your total compensation this year is $284,000. Last Tuesday, at 11:14 p.m., you opened your Empower dashboard and saw it for the first time, $1,100,000. 7 figures. The number you've been chasing since you were 22 years old, sitting in a dorm room in Ann Arbor telling yourself that one day you would make it. You made it. You closed the app. You set your alarm for 6:15 a.m. You went to sleep. Nothing changed. Let's run the actual math. That $1,100,000 net worth breaks down like this. $520,000 sitting inside a 401k you cannot legally touch for 23 more years without a 10% penalty on top of ordinary income tax. $300,000 in unvested ESPP and RSU tranches, equity that belongs to Microsoft's vesting schedule, not to you. $180,000 in a taxable brokerage account you have been psychologically conditioned never to sell because it's for the long term. $62,000 in a 529 plan for a child who is currently 4 years old. Your liquid, accessible, no strings attached emergency capital. $38,000. 6 weeks of your actual cost of living in Bellevue, Washington, $6,100 a month in mortgage, $1,800 in childcare, $940 in car payments, $420 in insurance, $310 in HOA fees, the dinner with colleagues you didn't want to attend but attended anyway because the optics mattered. You have a net worth of $1.1 million and the financial resilience of someone making $52,000 a year. This is not a personal failure. This is the architecture working exactly as designed. Level 1, the credential trap. You were told the path was linear. Degree, entry level, promotion, senior title, stock refresh, repeat. Every milestone came with a new compensation package that felt like a raise but was structured as a retention instrument. The RSU cliff at 12 months. The 4-year vesting schedule. The annual refresh grant that resets your psychological departure clock every single January. They gave you a title, but they took your margin. Not your salary margin. Your optionality margin. Your ability to walk out of a 9 a.m. sprint planning meeting on a Tuesday and not come back. That margin was purchased from you in installments, denominated in unvested equity, and you signed the agreement willingly because the number looked extraordinary on paper. Level 2, the lifestyle synchronization. Simultaneously, something else was happening. Your lifestyle was being quietly calibrated to your W-2. Not by accident. The $3,800 a month apartment in Bellevue was a rational decision when you were earning $190,000. The Audi lease made sense at $220,000. The private kindergarten tuition was a responsible investment at $284,000. Each decision was individually defensible. Together, they form a system. Your fixed monthly obligations now require $11,400 minimum to service. Which means your after-tax take-home of $14,200 per month leaves you $2,800 in discretionary breathing room. In the 46th most expensive metro in the United States. With a family. You are not living beyond your means. You are living precisely at your means. And that precision is the trap. Because a layoff, a PIP, a health diagnosis, a market correction that wipes 30% off your unvested Microsoft position, any single variable, and the $1.1 million on your dashboard offers you exactly 6 weeks of protection before the math breaks. Level 3, the identity merger. Here is where the architecture becomes most elegant. At some point between your second promotion and your first RSU refresh, your professional identity and your personal identity fused. You are not a person who works at Microsoft. You are, in a functional sense, a Microsoft asset who happens to have a family. The machine doesn't care about your exhaustion. It only respects leverage. And right now, the leverage is entirely on one side of the table. They have your unvested equity, your health insurance, your H-1B sponsorship status if applicable, and 4 years of institutional knowledge that is non-transferable. You have a title that reads well on LinkedIn and a dashboard that shows a number you cannot spend. You check your phone at 11 p.m. not because you are passionate about the product roadmap. You check it because $300,000 in unvested stock is a very effective alarm system. The machine doesn't care about your exhaustion. It only respects leverage. Here is what the system did not account for. The same structure that locks your capital also has a blind spot. It was engineered to retain the median high performer, the one who will keep refreshing the vesting clock indefinitely in exchange for the illusion of wealth accumulation. It was not engineered for the person who identifies the mechanism, decouples their identity from the title, and begins building parallel leverage inside the same system that was designed to contain them. The exit does not require a dramatic resignation letter. It requires a structural reorientation. The backdoor is not glamorous. It is arithmetic. Step 1, the FU fund recalibration. You stop treating your taxable brokerage as untouchable. You build it aggressively to a minimum of 6 months of total fixed obligations, not income replacement, obligation coverage. That number for you is $68,400. Every month above your minimum lifestyle cost goes there first, before the optional 401k contributions above the employer match. Step 2, geographic arbitrage modeling. Your $284,000 TC is a Bellevue number. Remote eligible PM roles at the same level, executed from Raleigh, Austin, or Lisbon, convert your purchasing power by a factor of 1.4 to 2.1 without a compensation cut. The $11,400 monthly obligation becomes $6,200. Your runway triples overnight. Step 3, the vesting window audit. Pull your grant agreement. Identify the date at which your unvested to vested ratio drops below 40%. That date is your earliest rational departure window. Not your resignation date, your optionality date. The first morning you could leave and the machine would lose more than you would. Mark it on your calendar right now. The machine expects you at the 9 a.m. stand-up tomorrow. It always does. It will expect you there 3 years from now unless you have built something it cannot negotiate with. Your $1.1 million dashboard is not evidence that you won. It is a progress report on how efficiently the system has converted your 20s into a number you cannot access. The blueprint for building the backdoor, the actual spreadsheet, the vesting window model, the geographic arbitrage calculator, is in the description. Or keep watching the dashboard.